You know, folks, one of the toughest things I hear from parents is how their own flesh and blood, their grown children, treat them with disrespect. It's a pain that cuts deep, a betrayal that rocks you to your core. You pour your heart and soul into raising your kids, and to have them turn around and treat you poorly, well, it just ain't right. But here's the thing, even when it hurts like hell, we gotta remember that these situations are rarely about pointing fingers. It's about understanding what's driving this behavior and finding a way back to a healthy, loving relationship. That's what we're gonna dig into today. Those concrete steps you can take to regain that respect and rebuild those bonds. Now, the first step to fixing any problem is understanding where it comes from. It's like trying to solve a puzzle. You need to see the whole picture before you can figure out where each piece fits. This means taking a step back and really looking at the dynamics at play. So, let's talk about taking stock, really examining the dynamics of your relationship with your adult children. This isn't just about the surface level interactions, but digging deeper into the underlying issues. What are the recurring themes in your conversations? Are there specific topics that always seem to lead to conflict? Think about it. When did this disrespectful behavior start cropping up? Was it sudden or did it gradually build over time? Sometimes, pinpointing the moment things started to change can provide valuable insights. Was there a specific event, a change in circumstances, or has it been simmering beneath the surface for years? Maybe it was a significant life event like a divorce, a move, or even a new job that shifted the family dynamics. Or perhaps it's been a slow burn, with small issues piling up over time. Sometimes you gotta look back to move forward. Reflecting on the past can help you understand the present. What were the family dynamics like when your children were younger? Were there patterns of behavior or communication that might have set the stage for the current situation? Were there patterns in your family, maybe ways you communicated or interacted, that could be contributing to the current situation? It's important to recognize these patterns because they can often repeat themselves if left unaddressed. Don't shy away from those tough questions. It might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for growth. Ask yourself, are there unresolved issues that have been swept under the rug? Are there feelings of resentment or misunderstandings that need to be addressed? This ain't about blaming yourself, but about understanding the lay of the land. It's about gaining clarity on the factors that have shaped your relationship. Self-awareness is the first step towards making meaningful changes. Look, I'm all about honesty, especially with yourself. Be brutally honest about your own actions and reactions. Have you been dismissive or overly critical? Have you failed to listen or understand their perspective? Take some time for some soul-searching. Reflect on your own behavior and how it might have impacted your relationship. This isn't about self-blame, but about self-awareness. Understanding your own role in the dynamic can help you make positive changes. Are there things you could have handled differently? Hindsight is 20/20ths, and looking back can provide valuable lessons. What would you do differently if you had the chance? How can you apply those lessons moving forward? Were there unmet needs on either side? Sometimes conflicts arise because of unmet emotional needs. Were your children seeking more attention, understanding, or support? Were you feeling overwhelmed or unappreciated? This kind of self-reflection, it's not always easy, but it's the foundation for building something stronger. By understanding the root causes of the issues, you can start to address them and work towards a healthier, more respectful relationship with your adult children. Remember, it's a journey, and every step you take towards understanding is a step towards healing. Alright, once you've got a handle on what's going on, it's time to clear the air. This is a crucial step in resolving any family conflict or misunderstanding. It's not just about talking, it's about communicating effectively and with empathy. You need to create an environment where everyone feels safe to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or retaliation. We gotta talk, but not just any kind of talk. This conversation needs to be intentional and purposeful. It's not about winning an argument or proving a point, it's about understanding each other and finding common ground. The goal is to foster a sense of connection and mutual respect. This ain't about lecturing or accusing. Pointing fingers and placing blame will only escalate the situation and create more distance between you and your loved ones. Instead, focus on expressing your own feelings and experiences. This approach helps to de-escalate tension and opens the door for more meaningful dialogue. It's about open, honest communication that comes from a place of love, not anger. When you speak from the heart, it shows that you care and that you're invested in the relationship. This kind of communication builds trust and strengthens the bond between family members. Remember, Your goal here is to bridge that gap, not widen it. Every word you choose should be aimed at bringing you closer together, not driving you further apart. It's about finding solutions and working together to overcome challenges. So, how do you do that? How do you ensure that your words are building bridges and not walls? It starts with being mindful of your language and the impact it has on others. You start by using I statements. These statements focus on your own feelings and experiences rather than blaming or criticizing others. They help to keep the conversation constructive and focused on finding solutions. Instead of saying, "You're always so disrespectful," try something like, "I feel disrespected when you speak to me in that tone." See the difference? The first statement is accusatory and likely to provoke a defensive response. The second statement is more about sharing your feelings and opens the door for a more empathetic response. When you focus on your own feelings, it takes the heat out of the conversation. It makes it easier for the other person to understand where you're coming from and to respond with empathy. This approach can transform a potentially heated argument into a productive discussion. It allows your children to hear what you're saying without feeling attacked, and that makes them a heck of a lot more likely to listen. When people feel heard and understood, they're more willing to engage in the conversation and work towards a resolution. Choose a time and place where you can both be fully present without distractions. This shows that you value the conversation and are committed to finding a resolution. It also helps to create a calm and focused environment where meaningful dialogue can take place. And remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just about expressing your own thoughts and feelings, it's also about listening to the other person. Active listening is a crucial part of effective communication. Be open to hearing their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. This shows respect and helps to build mutual understanding. It's through this kind of open and empathetic communication that you can truly connect with your loved ones and strengthen your relationships. Now, setting boundaries might sound harsh, but trust me, it's one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and your children. Boundaries are not about controlling others, they're about protecting yourself. Think of it like this: if your behavior is a house, boundaries are the walls. They provide structure, safety, and let people know what's acceptable and what's not. So, what are your non-negotiables? What behaviors are you absolutely not willing to tolerate? Once you're clear on those, communicate them clearly and calmly to your children. And here's the key: you gotta enforce those boundaries consistently. If you let things slide one day, and then come down hard the next, it sends mixed messages. Remember, consistency is key. We can't expect respect if we're not giving it, right? It's a two-way street, folks. If you want your children to treat you with respect, you gotta model that behavior in all your interactions with them. Think about it. How do you speak to them? Do you listen to their opinions, even when they differ from yours? Do you acknowledge their feelings and experiences? Remember, respect isn't just about words. It's about actions. It's about showing up for your children, being there for them, and treating them with the same kindness and consideration you expect from them. And here's the thing: modeling respectful behavior doesn't just impact your relationship with your children. It sets the tone for the entire family dynamic. Look, sometimes, despite our best efforts, we need a little help from a professional, and there's no shame in that. In fact, it takes a lot of strength to recognize when you need support and to reach out for it. If you've tried these steps and you're still struggling, consider seeking guidance from a family therapist or counselor. They can provide a safe and neutral space for you and your children to work through your issues and develop healthier communication patterns. A therapist can also help you uncover any underlying issues that might be contributing to the disrespect, such as unresolved childhood trauma, mental health challenges, or substance abuse. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many families face similar challenges, and seeking professional help is a sign of commitment to healing and growth. Rebuilding a relationship that's been damaged by disrespect takes time, patience, and a whole lot of love. It's a journey that requires dedication and a willingness to look beyond the hurt and misunderstandings that may have accumulated over the years. Each step you take towards mending the relationship is a step towards healing and growth for both you and your loved ones. It's not going to happen overnight, but with consistent effort and a commitment to understanding, you can start to bridge that gap. Remember, communication is key. Open and honest conversations can pave the way for mutual respect and empathy. It's about creating a safe space where everyone feels heard and valued. This means actively listening, Not just to respond, but to truly understand the other person's perspective. Keep those lines of communication open, listen with an open heart, and be willing to see things from your children's perspective. It's important to acknowledge their feelings and experiences, even if they differ from your own. This can be challenging, especially when emotions run high, but it's a crucial part of rebuilding trust and respect. Show empathy and validate their feelings, letting them know that their emotions are important to you. Set clear boundaries, but do it with love and understanding. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships, but they should be established through mutual agreement and respect. Discuss what is acceptable and what is not, and be willing to compromise when necessary. This helps in creating a balanced dynamic where both parties feel respected and valued. Remember, boundaries are not about control, but about creating a framework for mutual respect. And most importantly, model the respect you wish to receive. Your actions speak louder than words. Demonstrate the behavior you expect from your children. Show them through your actions what respect looks like. This includes being mindful of your tone, being patient, and showing appreciation for their efforts. When you model respectful behavior, you set a powerful example for your children to follow. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, we need an outside perspective to help us navigate complex emotions and situations. A therapist can provide tools and strategies to improve communication and resolve conflicts. They can offer a neutral space where everyone can express their feelings without fear of judgment. A therapist can provide invaluable guidance and support as you navigate these challenges. Remember, you're not alone. Many families face similar struggles, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's an investment in the health and happiness of your family. Professional guidance can make a significant difference in how you approach and resolve conflicts. With time, patience, and a whole lot of love, you can rebuild those bonds and create a more respectful and loving relationship with your adult children. It's a journey worth taking, one that can lead to deeper connections and a more harmonious family life. Embrace the process, celebrate the small victories, and keep moving forward with love and understanding.